that there are many religious leaders here, so I want to welcome all of them and say that it is so beautiful to recognize our common ground rather than our differences at an event like this. I also want to recognize Mayor Diosa, who I had the opportunity to get to know earlier this fall on a trip the speaker and I went on to Israel, and truly a true advocate, and from our poorest community. Welcome, Mayor Diosa. It is a pleasure to join you again this year for this event. And it is important that we're all mindful as we start the business of our legislative session of the causes for which you are here to advocate. As I mentioned yesterday, and I will continue to mention, and has been mentioned here today, I sincerely believe that investment in our education system that serves all Rhode Islanders is critical not only to the health of the overall economy, as has been mentioned, but also to providing tools to lift people out of poverty. And we have made that in the Senate a priority for this session. And this investment begins even before birth with initiatives such as the home visiting program. And I want to recognize one of the people here today who is the strongest advocate for that program, and that's Elizabeth Burke-Bryan from Kidstown. Elizabeth? More than 1,700 Rhode Island families will gain supports through that program. I will be resubmitting the Home Visiting Act, which supports this program again this year. I've mentioned our elementary and secondary schools, but I also want to echo the governor's comment that beyond our elementary and secondary, we need to ensure that beyond high school, our colleges and our universities are preparing our students for success in today's economy. And further, what I think is important, which the Poverty Institute has been a leader on, is investment in adult education, which is also necessary, as there is still a waiting list for people who want to get a high school equivalency credential. And we will continue to work with you to eliminate that list. I want to state my ongoing support and the support of the Senate today for child care assistance, because I recognize that child care assistance is critical for those of you who want to acquire skills in order to get reemployed or to remain in a job. New federal resources have recently been provided to the Department of Labor and Training that will assist working families. But the new legislative session also brings new challenges and new opportunities in areas. And we're very mindful of all of those that are facing economic hardships. I am very concerned about imposing a fee on elderly disabled RIPTA passengers. And I am committed to looking at alternative funding as part of our budget discussions this session. We increased the Rhode Island rate last year, as has been said, but our state's assistance for these low-income workers remains well behind our neighbors at 12.5%. I believe that we need to do better. This session will also bring an opportunity to again improve our criminal justice system through a justice reinvestment initiative. The governor, the speaker, and I, and our respective offices, working together with the police and the courts and the administration, recognize that investment through diversion programs can ensure that individuals who would be better served through treatment rather than incarceration can access the services that they need. It is important because that will make our community safer. It saves money, and it also makes a world of difference for all individuals who are impacted. And finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the work that the governor and the speaker and myself did last year to reinvent the state's Medicaid programs. I want to reassure you that the General Assembly will continue to monitor the impact of those changes and ensure that within the timeframes that we set forth in the legislative bills last year in the budget, that in fact, care and the delivery of services, that not just the money is saved, that the care and the delivery of services is improved. I look forward to working together with all of you in the months ahead to address the challenges facing our state and seize the opportunities to help those that are most in need. As the governor said, and I know the speaker will say, and I will join them in saying it, this is a difficult budget and resources are limited. But I am committed to doing the best that we can and working together with you, we will make it through this session to improve the lives of all Rhode Islanders. Thank you.